process of a problem now. Where can a researcher find a problem? As we know, it's not easy at all to find that significant and credible academic problem in the wide scope of the different and multiple fields that he is facing, right? And this process of looking or searching for a problem, of course, requires, of course, time and energy. Yet, some educators, like Singh, for example, highlights that there are, right, certain major sources of a problem, all right, and these are the following. First, personal experiences and also situations that the investigator or the researcher encounters in the field mainly of education are one of the main sources of a problem, since the field of education with its multiplicity of different problems, phenomena, obstacles, right, situations, issues, is rich field for a researcher who can delve right into all these right issues and find the appropriate problem right to be investigated. Also, another source, which is the field of investigation itself. It means the researcher should decide his field of investigation to determine the specific area of his study and the problem within it. It means when you determine your scope of investigation, right, this will facilitate the process of finding a problem within that particular and special scope you are limiting yourself to. Right, limit yourself to. Clear? Because the wider you open your scope, the more you get lost. The narrower you limit yourself in the field of research, right, the more quickly you will find right your research requirements and mainly the problem you can start with right when you embark on your research. Also, the new innovations, right, technological changes, curricular developments, all these also bring new problems and challenges and new opportunities for a researcher to study and to investigate, right, in the field of social studies, right. So this also represents rich source of problems for the researcher, right. Also, the extensive study of available literature research abstracts, research abstracts, can guide you to find also the appropriate problem you need. Also journals, also handbooks, research papers, clear. Also theses, dissertations, clear. A review of literature, whether out or mainly recent literature. Also reports, recommendations even you find in the section or at the end of research also. They lead for further studies and they can guide you to find another problem, okay, to be investigated too. Clear? Even research findings themselves or conclusions, all right, and data also based facts call for additional investigation with potential issues and more problems to be investigated also. Clear? Right. So all these represent fertile and rich sources of a problem for a researcher. Besides also, the most practical source of a problem is to consult supervisor, an expert of the field, right. These two persons are well versed, clear, have long experience, and they can also guide you find the appropriate problem that suits your abilities, suits your scope of research, clear, and also help you even limit the range of your search for this problem that you intend to investigate. Right. Now, usually researchers, when they look for a problem, they always look for it within the realm of their field of study. Clear? So, they always try to pick a problem that is relevant to their context, scientific context, right, or field of study. Now, in humanities, mainly, most research revolves around 4 P's, right? 4 P's. These P's represent key elements which act as major sources for a problem in the field of humanities. These are also highlighted by Kumar, clear, and these P's are: first P represents people, second problems, third programs, and fourth phenomena. Now, practically speaking, these 4 P's in fact are not dealt with in isolation, but most research studies are based on a combination of at least 2 of these P's. It means you might find, for example, research which is based on people and problems together, or people, problems, and programs together, or people and problems and phenomena together. Clear? Good. Also, we can notice that if we try to, if you can say, describe the relevance of these 4 P's to the field of research, we can see that, for example, people represents a population of the research. Clear? While a problem, a program, and phenomena represent subject area of study or of investigation. Clear? So these are the 4 P's which represent also a rich source for researchers to find a problem, right, that they can investigate and they can tackle, right, in regard to at least 2 or more of these elements. Thank you. What are the steps that we should follow in formulating a research problem? Right. So, for instance, if you want to start a research, of course, the first step is going to be to choose the appropriate and suitable academic problem to investigate. So here, the process of formulating a research problem consists in itself, clear, this choice of the first step in itself consists of a number of methodical steps also. Methodical steps like the research process. Now here, and before you choose any topic or any idea or any questions, okay, in your mind, you need to go through the following steps to determine your problem. The first step in the whole research process. First, step 1, you should identify a broad field or subject area of interest to you. It means determine what field, right, of study, of knowledge, you will investigate, right? In which you will conduct your study, all right, and investigation. Clear? For example, I will choose, for example, field of education. Education, maybe high school education in general, and not the other fields. Step number 2, you dissect the broad area into sub-areas. It means you try to divide this major and broad field, right, into different sub-areas or sub-sections, right, to limit yourself to a very specific choice, right, among the different sub-areas you have. You should limit yourself. Why? To make your problem choice clear, very specific, right, in regard to that particular element you will investigate. You're not going to investigate the whole range and all the phenomena within that broad field of study. Now, choose only one area, one specific point or area. Clear? For example, here, I can divide the field of education into, for example, acquisition, behavior, interaction, class management, right, and so on. Then here, I will select what is of most interest to me as a researcher. It means after dividing my broad field into subsections or sub-areas, I will choose one area which interests me, all right, interests me, motivates me to work, to study, to investigate. Clear? For example, I will study among all those sub-areas of education, acquisition, behavior, interaction, management. I will choose behavior, and especially disruptive behavior. The more you specify, the more your problem will be very credible, very precise, very specific, and very methodical and academic. Clear? And also very sound. Right. Then after that, next step is to raise research questions about this particular point which interests you to study. For example, here I will investigate maybe the causes, right, of disruptive behavior in education. Right. You will narrow more and more the scope of your research until you reach your problem. Clear? Then also, you formulate your objectives. Your objectives. It means what you want from selecting this paradigm or this element in particular to be your problem, to be your point of investigation. Clear? Then you assess your objectives to see whether they are feasible and appropriate to study, to investigate using the required methodical tools and approaches or not. Right. At the end, you double check your, of course, problem, right, to see if it is feasible, it's appropriate, right, to continue the other steps of research, and whether you can base on it the rest of the other parts of the research process. Clear? Thank you so much.